stance clear. Are you for Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, meaning Darul Ulum Deoband as an entity? Are you with Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, or are you against Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab? Additional to that, their scholars say contradicting things in the works like Al-Muhannad. But this brings me now to us being objective, because they may say you are not objective. There is a prominent Sunni scholar in the Indian subcontinent, I will leave this for them to cite, who is asked regarding Fadlul Haq Khairabadi and Ismail al-Dahlawi. He is asked, a Sunni scholar, someone we hold in esteem, are these two groups, which of these two groups is correct? He says, both of these groups are rewarded, meaning Fadlul Haq Khairabadi, the leader of the jihad against the British who was killed, martyred on the Andaman Islands in 1861, and Ismail al-Dahlawi, his group, he died in 1831 in Balakot. He says both of them are rewarded. If any Deobandi alim shows me this citation to say, look, your scholar has said this scholar you hold in esteem, what do you have to say now? I will say it is a mistake. The scholar is mistaken. Yes, this is our position. Why? Because of the principles. Which of their scholars will say Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi was mistaken? Any scholar who does so, I will take off this expensive thobe and give them this thobe. That's all I can afford. But the point being that if their scholars do come forward and say Maulana Shaykh Rashid Ahmad Gangohi was incorrect in saying this, or the Nu'mani, Manzur Ahmad Nu'mani was incorrect in defending Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, I will give them a reward for saying this. And this is the attitude we want. This is what we want you to adopt. That recognizing ijma' consensus and recognizing principles of Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Lastly and finally, with regard to the debate challenge was accepted straight away. They did not budge away from the subject. Why I accepted, some people may oppose me on this, because what the Shia did is they became obstinate on the subject. When I wanted a different subject, they refused to contact me after that, and then they held a gathering in Slough saying that I have failed to attend the debate, and many people believed in this propaganda. I will not give them an opportunity to do such propaganda. Many lies were mentioned in that video. For instance, the lie that I contacted them to say that let's resolve this behind the scenes. That is incorrect. I did not contact them to say that. If someone did contact them, they said that without conferring with me. Their scholar was the one who contacted me to refute the Mufti of Binori town. Their scholar contacted me. But I did not contact them to resolve this behind the scenes. I offered them a discussion at that time before to say, let's discuss these disputes in private. But now that they have offered the debate will occur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willing, on the 13th of January in Bradford, in Yorkshire. I have agreed to travel to them. Additional to that, conditions for the debate have been accepted to occur in December. They haven't given me a date. The conditions will be discussed in Birmingham. That meeting for the conditions will be live streamed. That meeting will be live streamed. This is the agreement that has occurred. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that firstly, He enabled them to understand this subject objectively. But there is one additional condition I will now request in public. Yes, I will meet you and debate you face to face. Never in the past have I refused to debate anyone. But I would demand from you to write down your positions in a written manner in English and Arabic. I will write my response in English and Arabic. And you can write a counter response and I will write a counter response to that. This written debate should be done also by 13th of January. That written debate in Arabic will be sent to the Sunni Arab ulama, who we see as fair people, the likes of a Shaykh Muhammad Awama, who has good links with Darul Ulum Deoband. He has very good links with Deobandi ulama. A Shaykh Muhammad Al-Awama, who we hold in high esteem. The son of a Shaykh Abdul Fattah Abu Ghudda, Shaykh Salman. Meaning these are not biased individuals. A Shaykh Salman also has good links with the scholars of Deoband. They do not have links with those whom you call Barelvis. Likewise, a Shaykh, my teacher, a Shaykh Nuruddin Itr. Likewise, a Shaykh Abdul Fattah Bizm. Likewise, a Shaykh Husamuddin Al-Farfur. Likewise, many other ulama of the Middle East, Sunni prominent ulama, and we will make them the judge of the debate. We will not make anyone in the UK judge. You must accept this condition also to show your sincerity. So this condition is an additional. I have accepted all your conditions. They wanted one particular subject, I accepted. They wanted me to travel to Yorkshire, I accepted. Why? Because I do not want you to run away the way the Shia, Rawafid ran away. Then they made false propaganda afterwards. And with regard to the Shia, that challenge stands with them to this day. In fact, I may one day go out looking for them in Hyde Park, because many of them come to Hyde Park. One day, inshallah, I will find you. I mean, that's not finished also. People should not think I have finished with them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable us to follow the correct way and the correct methodology of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, to move away from these labels, meaning all these different masajid, they place these different labels in Pakistan. Some of them, he said, why did I mention that they have ties with terrorist groups? Sipai Sahaba would go into the Shia Imam Baras in the 90s and go and shoot dead worshippers in the Imam Baras. This is something I condemn openly. Have they condemned Sipai Sahaba for this action? They would kill worshippers, just go in and shoot them dead. This was what I was referring to. The Pakistani government should make the official stance of the Pakistani government that in order to be imams of a masjid, you must be Hanafi Maturidi. Hanafi Maturidi, like the Moroccan government has Ash'ari Maliki. The Pakistani Awqaf, the Ministry of Religious Affairs should make Hanafi Maturidi the official for all the Hanafis. The Shia can have their Imam Baras. They can have their freedom of worship, but those who ascribe to the Hanafi school, they should only label themselves as Hanafi Maturidi. I guarantee you, those whom you call Barelvi today, majority of them will be fine with this. Why? Because they find their roots earlier. And I hope to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who call themselves Deobandi, especially the public, they also come to this way also. That they follow the Hanafi Maturidi way. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم وأتوب إليه.